Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to do the Dreamworks Theory. You may have heard of the Pixar Theory, so we've adapted our own version to the Dreamworks Theory. So let's go straight ahead and get straight into this one. So let's get straight into this theory. So we're going to put it on a timeline from start to end of orders you should move them in chronologically starting. So we'll start chronologically from the beginning, and we start off with the Croods, the film about cavemen who are finding their intelligence, and so are other lives, and we see the humans and the early animals starting to get more and more intelligent. Move forward 249,000 years time, we come on to How to Train Your Dragon series. As you can see, humans and animals now more interacting with each other, working together to achieve a goal. You can see humans are becoming more dominant, but at the minute they're not really more dominant as dragons, take them over and they work together. We then move on to the Shrek series and Puss in Boots series. We can now see animals and humans more can talk to each other. Magic is more of a thing in magical creatures. There's one dragon left, all the dragons died out and that must have ended, but humans and animals can now kind of work in peace together with this magical era. We then move on another couple of hundred years till we see Rise of the Guardians. Now at this point human life has done something. Humans have advanced way more than animals and magical creatures have, and so they are now the dominant race on Earth. As the dominant race, we're now seeing less and less magical creatures and them becoming more hidden, as you see in Rise of the Guardians, hidden and only can come out and be seen by some humans. So that will conclude this first bit of the timeline, which we're calling early life, which is where life is sort of settling to see who is the more dominant race, which moves us on to the second area. So the second sector, you see the most human life. We're at the pinnacle now of human life on the timeline. Humans are becoming more and more powerful, and as you can see, they're now getting interstellar stardom at the minute. We are seeing other planets trying to attack Earth because humans have got to their top peak and they're the dominant, and we see them battle against aliens and outer space things in a fight for dominance on the planet. So these three films we're talking about is Megamind, Home and Monsters vs Aliens in that particular order. As you can see, animals have really died away less and as humans have become more intelligent, but we see now them versing aliens to keep their planet, and that's pretty much the peak of human life, and that's the sector 2, which is aliens and human life. Moving on to Sector 3, we're still in an age of human superiority, but now this is the second half of that superiority. So Sector 1A, humans battling aliens and stuff, and they are still a majority race. But we move into the second half of this human life ruling the planet, and we see that animals are now becoming more intelligent through these films. We start off this sector with Flushed Away. In this film you see rats becoming more intelligent, they're living in cities, in the sewers and stuff. Not really interacting with humans much. They're on top. Rats are kind of living under the surface, making a life for themselves, and they're kind of becoming more and more intelligent. The next film we move on to is Over the Hedge. In this film we see that animals are really getting more smart as they trick humans to get food and stuff, and they have this massive plan. As you can see, the animals are definitely getting more intelligent and are becoming more aware to humans-ish. Not really. Humans still are the very dominant race, but you can definitely see the power change. The next film in this little bundle of really short clustered films together is Madagascar, of course. The Madagascar trilogy, and of course Penguins of Madagascar. As you see, the animals are becoming more and more intelligent. They're fighting humans. They've got planes going everywhere. They can't talk yet to humans, but they're getting more and more to that point of animals becoming more intelligent, which moves us on to the next film, which is Ants. Ants. We see in Ants a colony not really bothered by humans except for one bit in a picnic scene where humans, but they're really interacting against each other and are developing more and more. And we see that as they have colonies, they're fighting other animals. They're not really interested in humans, which is just saying they're getting more intelligent by the side, and will eventually get interested in humans once they've got more intelligent. Which moves on to the next film, which is of course Turbot, the speedster snail, who becomes a racer. This is the first sign of animal-human interaction properly as Turbo becomes a racer, which then moves us on to the final part of this sector, which is where animals start to become more and more intelligent to the point that they're on par with humans. This is of course in the bee movie, when we have the bees actually talk to humans, and bees and humans getting along. Animals and humans now can talk to each other as they're at the same intelligence point. This moves us on to the final bits of sectors. So after this we come on to a new sector. The final sector is we see the fall of the humans and the rise of the animals into an age of just animals living in harmony. So we have the first film in this part is Mr. Peabody and Sherman. As you can see, animals and humans on par, used in things to make time travel in movies. and go in time travel places in the galaxy. But something happens after Mr. Peabody and Sherman that wipes out humanity completely and pretty much all animals nearly on the surface. Which moves on to our next tale, which is Shark Tale, of course. That's the next movie. Without being hit for some reason in that 1,000 years or so from after Mr. Peabody and Sherman, where something rapidly happens on Earth, the ocean life doesn't really actually get affected, so we see Shark Tale, which is where, you know, sea life is really progressed with top-notch technology, and they are really doing well, quite well. Standards, they've got TVs, they've got cities, they've got metropolises, and that's what it is. On the surface, at the same time as Shark Tale, we have Kung Fu Panda. Yes, I know, technologies are different, but you've got to remember, sea life wasn't affected when the blast or whatever happened between Mr. Peabody and Sherman in these two films was. Kung Fu Panda was affected, so that's why their world is more of a medieval one. But we are seeing animals ruling, there is no humans, so this is the age of animals. And that concludes our theory, Dreamworks Theory. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and share it on social media. What did you think of our theory? Did you think there's anything that should be changed? Anything, whatever? Put it in the field section down below, or the comment section as you normal YouTubers call it. And as always, I've been here on Gate of Theories. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you next Friday for another video. But there will be a video on Tuesday from the other partner of Gate of Theories. So we'll see you then. Thanks for watching.
Hello guys, welcome to today of Gate of Theories. Today we're going to be focusing on a show that was on